Good morning, viewers. This is Yaya Sowe, presenter. Today we are live at Nfamara Dabo, having interview with one of our guests, which is Nfamara Dabo, the chairman of Children Foundation de Gambia. So before we go further, dañu bëgg rek ku mun tamit mun nuyoo balaa ñu start programme bi. Mbokk yi di leen sant di leen gërëm tey ñu ñëw nañ fii pour conduct interview mooy koo xam ne mooy Nfamara Dabo, the chairman of Children Foundation de Gambia te gis nañ ne ñoom tamit ñu ngi def lu grawt si biir réew mi mooy jàngal ndaw yi métier te métier naka loo xam ne lu am solo la si biir réew mi gis nañ ne ñu bari ñu ngi si réew mi te amul métier loolu moo tax ñeneen ñi suñ génnee si biir réew mi dem feneen they will find out like comme soo amutee métier dafay difficult so loolu moo tax ñoom tamit ñu ngi def seen doole surtout fale mooy Kiyang Manduwar pour jàngal ndaw yi métier pour ñoom tamit ëllëg ñu mën a njëriñoo seen bopp so Mr Dabo di la dalal tey teel nañ fii di la dalal ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo balaa ñu start programme bi.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm excited to be here today to be part of this very important conversation on the work of our foundation and how we intend to enhance the skills of young people to realize their potentials in the future. Before we go into the program proper, I want to use this occasion to wish every child a successful International Children's Day of Broadcasting today, which a lot of kids are participating. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Dabo, gis nañ ne like we have a lot of people in society ñoo xam ne they are wealthy but they are not ready to give back to the community am na ñooy si di society bi waaye yéen people are ready to give back to the community in a situation whereby we teach the young people loo xam ne pour ñu am njëriñ si loolu noonu so comme nu ma xawee rek soo seetee Kiyang Manduwar certain people ñu ngi taam Kiyang as a region boo xam ne comme métier daal dafa manqué foofu noonu so yéen seen lif bi seen fedd bi dañuy génn pour ñu éradiquer loolu noonu so dañ bëgg a xam ne lan moo la comme what inspire you si organisation bi nii boo xam ne dañuy am taxaw bi pour génn jàngal leen métier mooy ndaw yoo xam ne surtout ñu ngi si Kiyang Manduwar foofu noonu lan moo la inspire si lii.
Okay. Just to say a little about myself before I respond to that question. My entire life is around the development of young people, children included. From my previous job to my current job, I've been doing a lot, working with children, working with young people to make sure that they are given the enabling environment to become who they want to be. So you can see that the poultry today is producing a lot of eggs that we are giving out to a lot of communities who come there to get eggs. Now, but one thing I like most about the poultry part, in that same campus of Hope, we operate a nursery school. The nursery school is named after our very good partners, and I want to say thank you very much Aspiboda Foundation for Children in Sweden for trusting us, for giving us hope, for believing in this idea of the mentorship program and doing all that you can together with your members and the sponsors to be able to move up to where we want to take this mentorship program to. Thank you very much, Aspiboda Foundation. So we named the nursery school after Aspiboda Foundation. So we call it...
They are the ones supporting you people?
In terms of providing some of the things that we need to be able to go ahead with our mentorship program.
Is it like they are only they are from Manduwar or?
Yeah, I'll come there. I'll come to talk about them more, about Aspiboda.
No.
So we named the nursery school again after Aspiboda because Those people who support us, they set up a foundation in Sweden called Aspiboda Foundation for children, named after their community Aspiboda. So we also named the school after them because they are the ones supporting the school.
Okay.
So like I was saying, the most interesting part for me in terms of the egg distribution is how we use the eggs to supplement the nutrition of children in the nursery school.
Okay.
That's the point I'm trying to drive at. So we have a nursery school. We have these kids that are going to school. So when we get the eggs, we make sure that we use those eggs, most of it, to supplement the feeding of the kids in the nursery school. And also even the bread, we also supplement their feeding. So that is just to tell you how impactful some of these skills that these young people are able to establish, these skill centers they're able to establish within the campus of Hope, the bakery, the poultry, and the tailoring. Now, few interesting components were also added to our mentorship program, our livelihood skills. One is the brick making. Okay. We are training young people as young as grade 7, 8, and 9 to be able to make bricks. For me, that was something that I thought if we introduce, many people will say no. Because sometimes in our society, we look low upon those kind of jobs.
Yeah.
When, like I mentioned, even if you acquire your PhD, you get $1 million, you would want to get that mason who will come and help you build a nice house for you. You can never live in a nice house without the support of a bricklayer. Oh, okay. It's not possible. So we introduced that idea also to those young people, and I'm happy to tell you today that we have youths in those communities who are not only using the brick making to build on their skills, but they are using it to earn income as young as they are. So that is also a component we have incorporated. So these young people are also learning bricklaying. We also introduce tiling, not the full tiling. There is a young guy, I want to thank him so much, Usman Jambe. He's doing extremely well. He learned how to make tiles, right? How to lay tiles down. So over time, he was able to join the mentorship program to help our youths to do these broken tiles. I can tell you, when you have opportunity to go to the campus of Hope, through that construction work, bricklaying, the other things, those young people are able to do the floor tile of all the 3 classrooms that we are operating. Can you imagine? So as young as they are, they begin to understand that, hey, look, yes, our education is very important. However, education plus skills is what is going to make us become who we want to be tomorrow. That's what they understand. And that's why the mentorship program is growing very big. And we also include components like IT, because in all what we do today, technology is what is going to guide and dictate the way we are going to do our business. So we are training them on IT skills. We also include components like catering, because we had 1 or 2 young girls and boys who want to be the first people to establish their catering, their restaurants in Kia. So that is a plus. If young people now can think of making those kind of investments in their own communities, that is a success of this program.
Yeah, if you look at it, like all these sort of things require financial.
Yes.
Society comme catering dafa need bagage.
Wow.
Yoo xam ne yow ngay soxla. Most especially IT. Nga soxla ay computers. So then boo xam ne yéen seen lifin seen association bi fa la lay jëlee xaalis.
Wow. Thank you very much. Comme lu ma doon wax rek about Aspiboda Foundation, AFFC. ñii dañ nekk groupe boo xam ne they are always available pour work with CFG. pour gis ne bagages yi ñu soxla. ñoom they are like group of retired people ñoo xam ne nekkuñ ne dañ am xaalis. waaye they have the heart for the people of our communities. So then they put together some items come like ay bagages yi nii, like for example the issues around masoning, ñoom dañ dee put together some spades, some tools that we need to use to be able to lay bricks. Also, when it comes to tailoring, the machines that we are using, they are sent by Aspibora Foundation for Children. And they don't only end up sending the machine, why they unit eye materials like clothes, like sewing needles and other things that are needed in sewing. So they give us those items. In terms of IT skills, they use computers, laptops. They send us laptops they use to train in terms of how they are able to go through that computer skills. When it comes to,
like, I want you to make it clear. Is it that you also have other individuals who are not from Kiang Mandu are supporting your organization?
Yeah, so
you mentioned like then retire
okay.
They are not from Mandua, but they are also supporting you people.
Okay, so let me break our support groups into these components. One, I want to talk about Aspibora Foundation for Children.
Okay.
They are, in fact, our main supporters, Aspibora Foundation. And I want to use the opportunity once again to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to Aspibora Foundation for Children for standing by CFG in bringing this life-changing program to Manduat and the surrounding communities. They take care of the school feeding program. They take care of the materials that we need for the mentorship program, like the sewing machines, like I mentioned. They take care of the the computers, like I mentioned. They also provide some tools like wheelbarrows, the spades that we need for the tiles. Also, they provided for the work to be done. So they are very much supportive in terms of providing materials. But you know, one thing that I like about the program is that it does not attract much cost in terms of doing the mentorship program. So we try as much as possible not to make it look expensive, because when it is expensive, it's difficult to deliver.
Yeah.
So they support us with the materials. Then we have a group of young people who are already oriented and they have that commitment to work. Yes, nonetheless, we do have other individuals also. So the members of the AFFC are not citizens of Manduar. They are people who are living in Sweden who came together to form that foundation. Okay. Now, we do have individuals or groups in Manduar and the surrounding, or even in the country, who will see to it that, okay, I think you are doing a very good program when it comes to building the skills of young people. And then they will come in one way or the other to support us, maybe with materials, or maybe last time one of them said, I'm going to support you in transporting your participants to the venue. Another one once told us that I'm going to print T-shirt for you. Another one once told us that I'm going to give you 2 bags of rice. Sometimes when we organize those camps, people contribute. Some will give us a bag of rice, others will give us oil, others will give us things. And the community people, because they know very well how this is transforming the community, some of them will come and give us some rice, some vegetables, you know. So it's like more of a joint support. FFC will give us the materials and all those stuff, but we also have young people and the parents and youth in the community who are willing to come in and use their experience, use their energy, use their all other resources available at their disposal to also contribute to the program.
Okay, the other question that I have for you is that how do you ensure that your training program remain relevant and responsive to the changing need of the job market?
Yeah, so like I said, many people in this country, most of us, including myself, when we were going to school, we were, when you ask us, what do you want to be in the future? I'll tell you, I want to be a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, a minister, or a president, or something. And when we mention those things, we all clap. And then if you ask another set, what do you want to be? And they say, I want to be a carpenter, going to school. They laugh at us.
Obviously, they laugh.
So that is how we were viewing education. But I'm happy, honestly, to even use the opportunity to recognize the government of the Gambia through the Ministry of Higher Education, because I think through the Activate program, they are bringing in that skills component into our education. So our program, in terms of its relevance to our current situation, is that because we are not only limiting children's focus on academics, but also making them understand that yes, you whilst going to school, you can also learn how to be a tailor, and when you complete your school tomorrow, you can become one of the most one of the richest people in this country through tailoring, right? Because let's face it, most of these people who are into these businesses and all those things are the ones who are earning income today more than some of us who are in the offices. Obviously. You know, I can comfortably use my friend and my in-law as an example here, Malik Mendy. You know, I went to his tailoring shop. I was shocked with the type of equipments I saw there, the quality of materials he's able to produce. Yes, so Malik went to school, but realized that yes, as I went to school, I also can get something. I can also do tailoring to become who I want to be. And today, he's helping a lot of young people who are trained tailoring. So the relevance of our skills program is that it is bringing more opportunities to young people. So that when we complete school, we don't just sit and wait to be employed by one or two organizations. So in fact, our theme is that we don't want to be job seekers, we want to be job creators. That's what the young people are saying. We don't want to be seeking for job. We want to create jobs. When you have your own tailoring workshop, you are creating job. When you have your own bakery, you are creating job. When you have your own construction company, you are creating job. Look at this young girl who wants to establish a restaurant in Kiam. Look at that young guy, and I want to give you that example of this young guy who was part of our program, and after 1 or 2 years, before we know, he went through the back way. He went through the back way, and unfortunately for him, he could not continue to reach Italy or Europe. He came back. We welcomed him and told him, look, you have tried something and did not work. Let's come together, continue where you stopped. Today, that guy told us in our last meeting that he wanted to ensure that he became the first professional carpentry workshop. He wanted to establish the first professional carpentry workshop in the whole of LRR. Look at that change in mindset. From thinking that you can only make it in Europe to a thinking where you said you want to have the first professional carpentry workshop in your community. That is a big change. So we believe that in terms of the current realities, the skills that we are offering through this kind of livelihoods trainings we organize for young people will make them to be more marketable, but also make them to be job creators instead of just sitting and relying on other organizations to employ them.
Okay, the final question that I have for you is that what are your strategic goals for the organization in the next 5 years, and how do you plan to achieve them?
So, so like I said,
whatever you're doing, you have long-term plans.
Yes, exactly. So like like I'm telling you this, most of these sessions that we are doing are all done in an informal way. You know, we just like any other youth training, any other skills training. So we organize like every fortnight sessions for young people. Like every 2 weeks, we meet in the village in the campus of Hope. Today, let's say this week we are going to talk about mason. We'll buy 1 bag of cement, get some sand, and then mix that. So those are the informal ways. Okay, next time we are talking about tailoring. We will buy some materials, or from the materials that are sent by AFFC, we put them together, and then we do that practicals for the sewing. Okay, for bakery, we get the flours, and so we do that informally like that. That's how we do it. Now, but in terms of where we are thinking to take this program forward, one is to to develop, to have a kind of a skills training center in the campus of Hope. The campus of Hope is very big. We have enough space there. So we want to have a structure within the campus of Hope that will be coordinating this training for young people. But then also we want to have it formalized, registered, and then it's going to be recognized by NACA, so that we are offering a more professional way of training. Right now it is more of an informal way of doing it, but in the next 3-4 years we want to formalize it. We are looking forward to donors who will help us to come and help us build that structure. You know, when we have the structure in the campus of Hope, then we'll be able to now, all these success stories we have with these individuals, they are the ones who will come back to become tutors, so that they are able to serve as motivators for their young ones to come and learn those kind of skills in the campus of Hope. So that is our long-term vision for now, to transform this program into a more professional program where it is recognized and we have structures that are helping us to offer this kind of trainings. Because one thing I want to say, in the whole of LRR or in the whole of Kiang, we don't have any kind of professional skills training facility. And there are a lot of young people in that area. And for us, so this is about bringing development to the people. So instead of young people living in Kiang to think about coming to Combo, for example, to learn carpentry, to learn tailoring, to learn how to make bread and all those stuff, once we have that facility for them there, they will now make use of it there. So right now we have tried it, we've expanded the program to reach out to young people in Sankandi, so that they will also come up to come and learn some of these mentorship skills, and we will replicate it in Sankandi. We can go into other communities. So that's the vision. How do we ensure that young people within those areas are able to learn those kind of skills in their own communities instead of moving very far to learn those skills?
Okay, mbokk yi ñu ñoo ko déggandoor mooy Nfamara Dabo koo xam ne moo nekk di chairman of Children Foundation in the Gambia. So dégg nañ ko Mr. Badji Dabo kay ñu bàyyi nga tàggatoo like loo amal the people of Manduar, the government and the country at large.
Thank you. So I will say this in the languages I'm very much comfortable to say, because I want people to really hear what I want to say here. First, I want to first appreciate our donors and partners who are working with us throughout this journey. But then I want to say that this foundation is a charitable foundation, and some of us are there not because we are paid, but we are there on a voluntary basis. And there is a team of a committee that is running the affairs of the foundation, supported by some field staff at the campus of Hope who are also delivering the program. But I want to say that the way the program has evolved over time, it has really changed many lives in Manduari and also in the whole of Kiang, and also we are now hitting a lot of other young people across the length and breadth of this country. So that said, definitely we look forward to the support and cooperation of the parents of these young people who are in the program, but also we are looking forward to support from different development partners who are interested in building the skills of young people. Because yes, we can do all kinds of things for young people, but if we are not giving them the skills for them to take control of what they want to be in the future, we will always fight with these problems of young people going through the back way, trying to kill themselves, or young people always blaming young people for sitting in the streets, drinking attire, smoking, drug abuse, and all those stuff. And these are problems in our society. Young people are trying a lot to go through the back way. And in the process, a lot of them are dying. Those facts are before all of us. Go to our communities, how many young people are involved in drug abuse? Those things are right before us. But we have learned lessons where young people who went through this program, as small as they are, they are now thinking more productive in terms of that guy who went to the back way and came back and now want to establish a professional carpentry workshop. So we are facilitating him learning to become a carpenter, through the support we get from AFFC. So we also want to really thank government of the Gambia for creating the enabling environment for foundations like this to start something, and we look forward to more support from government and its like-minded and its satellite institutions, so that we are able to also complement their effort. The problem is, most of us will sit and wait for government to do everything for us. Yes, government is the primary duty bearer. They must stand to support people. However, we know government cannot do all for them, for all of us. Of course, they need to do it, and we cannot stand and speak that government cannot do. However, when individuals, when organizations and foundations like ours can do anything to complement government efforts, we need to move on and complement government's efforts. That's the only way we can change our country. Like I said at the beginning, nobody will come outside to come and develop Gambia for us. We as Gambians should stand to start, and others will see us doing something, and then they will join us. And starting something is individual, or it can be collective. Like we are doing it individually and collectively to make sure that we are complementing our government's efforts in education. So lafta mem fola badi ngol wolam ko kachani lo jamfata kamolu tentu ke jayi katun programme le me alon datile men keta nyin dindingol ke karandi nyin bulma kala métier la pour ici fanna fano nyamen anim fana ici la family na fano nyamen ani ici la community na fano nyamen nyin bulma kala métier lu dum nga dati num buru furo la nga furo lo manduar kiyam manduar sate kono nga poultry loje nga karal dila loje nga dinwol nindi fana pour ka maso yaluke kat catering fana ke tabiro carpentry dokolu electrical dokolu ngawol kele nga campus soto manduar kiyang me ka fay ko campus of hope nyaje kay campus of hope because fen jamal ka keji ando folmen be ka keje ne kaf nyoma e be tata nata pour ka funding cewul ke sementuya ka dinningol sementuya so that ibe la karan ke ka nyame ni la karan e baba na wati ye karan soto le maybe ye la bachelor's degree soto le o ye grade 12 banne o ye la master's degree soto bari ya soto le anim bulma kalam fen so ma sinin nin atra duku soto lafta kole alema imari law meche woni si o fon use nole instead of ikata duku nyini itelbe duku de dala itelbe kala duku dokol de dalati me alon mol binete fon ya le kam molu ta dokola to line programme bo wala dato so comme ka kumoni soutien dron be Aspiboda Foundation for Children AFFC be Sweden ibe kafrim ma pour kany programme samma nyato be mansakunda tentula be na community mol tentula men be manduari anim fana individual ol ni group sol men yalon e man sino ibe mako e kan lungolung nanyi dokola so lumu bugono wax rek moy programme bi dafa nekk programme loo xam ne ñun dañ sax suñ boppa pour gis ne daal xale yi nu ñoo def seen education bi mooy dem school wàcca def seen up to grade 12 ñu wàcca ñun tamit dañ gis ne daal dañ war a seet lan lañ mun a aad si xale yi seen jàng bi pour ñu mun a jàng ay métier yoo xam ne suñ jeexalee seen school bi sax mun nañoo use métier yooyu noonu pour ñu mun a am liggéey gis nañ fi ñu bari ñoo xam ne dem nañ school wàcca nañ waaye pour am liggéey problème la dañ nekk di bind application every day pour am liggéey waaye loolu yëpp ñun loolu dañ ne ok ba is good ne yaa ngi uti liggéey waaye dañ ne sooy dem school dañ bëgg a tamit ñu aaj somti loo xam ne soo wàccee school su fekkee ne sax amaanguloo liggéey that skill boo xam ne da nga ko jàngoon boo doon dem school skill boobu noonu ngay use nga mun a liggéey nga mun a defar sa bopp liggéey mooy skills like tailoring am nañ tailoring workshop boo xam ne xale yaa ngi fa di jàngale seen boppa dañoo jàng te tailoring am nañ bakery boo xam ne xale yi ñu ngi fa ñu ngi defar bread xam nañ ñun si weeri koor lañ nekka nii te ñëpp xam nañ ne mbuur moom average Gambian lives on bread especially on Ramadan so suñ gisee ne daal am nañ food boobu noonu mu ngi dimbal community bi in terms of bread providing bread yow soo jàngee ni ñoo defaree bread ëllëg si biir mun ngaa sampa sa own food nga employ a lot of people ñu ngi am foofu noonu machine ñoo xam ne dañoo nekk contractors waxoon naa ko fii si angale mun nañoo dem jànga ba ñu am suñ bachelor suñ master suñ PhD waaye ñun yëpp néeg bu rafet lañ bugga dañ bugga sampa taax yu nice understand nga waaye léegi soo waree sampa sa tax kan nga soxla pour mu jàppale la mooy contractor si soo léegi soo amee skills yooyu noonu dangaa gis ne man gis naa koo xam ne pour change bulb sa bulb problème la bulb am bi su bulb bi am bi problème rek dafaa dem oo nit ñi pour ñu ñoo jàppale pour mu change bulb those are skills that you need jarul nga dem oo nit fee ko xaalis pour defar sa pour change bulb for you soo loolu noonu nañ nekk di jàngale xale yi am na ñoo xam ne am na benn boy boo xam ne moom baag wee la demoon mun koo méeg mu deeloo mu ne ñu ne moom dafa bëgg a nekk carpenter so he want to be the first person koo xam ne dafa set up a professional carpentry workshop in the whole of LRR loolu noonu changes la so am nañ poultry boo xam ne dañoo am foofu noonu ay nen jokk xale yi si school ñu lekka ko it adds to their nutrition as part of their feeding am nañ IT skills yoo xam ne dañoo jàngale xale yi pour ñu mun a jàng IT because we know globally now the whole globe is moving towards technology okay so lii laa bëgg a wax so programme boobu noonu mu ngi dox in Kiamanduari we have a big camp there it's called Campus of Hope all these programs nu may wax nii yëpp foofu lañ nekk so dañoo ñu ngi gërëm government of the Gambia government mënut a def yëpp ku nekk yaa ngi nekk Gambia citizen nga or you are a visitor in the Gambia anything that loo xam ne loolu nga mën a def pour jàppale pour complement government's efforts ñun loolu moo ñu tax a jóg nan lañ mën a def pour help suñ boppa pour help children help our communities and complement government's efforts in making sure that our communities are able to live in a very good environment so thank you very much
mbokk yi di leen sant di leen gërëm di ko jaajëfal mooy Nfamara Dabo di chairman of Children Foundation di Gambia tey ñu ñëw teewlu fii mooy tey bu leen fàtte tamit mooy Open and GSTV koo xam ne moo naka suñ directeur di ko sant di ko gërëm mooy directeur Mohamed Jammeh moom tamit moo tiyoon si caméra bi programme bi bu mu starté ba léegi nii pare nañ si programme bi so di leen sant di leen gërëm te we'll keep you updated as far as tey nii comme tey leen fii te we are going to continue this journey in a situation whereby we'll able to assist them pour ñu publish loo xam ne ñu ngi ko def si biir réew mi te ñu bari mën nañ seen njëriñoo seen liggéey boo xam ne ñu ngi ko def te wax na loo xam ne lu am solo la mooy ndaw yi dem war a jàng métier lu am solo la comme tey soo ko jàngee fii nii nga génn dem biti réew danga mën a am liggéey boo xam ne boobu nga soxla waaye tey amuloo métier nga ne dangaa bàyyi dëkk bi nga dem feneen mën nga fa àggal pare di jànkonte problème boo xam ne yow sax doo ko mën a xam soo di leen encourage ngeen jàng métier insha allah rabbi.
And I want to say my final words, just to give a disclaimer here, and perhaps on record. This conversation is a private conversation based on my private engagement with this foundation, which is a voluntary foundation that I'm using my experience to help. So it has nothing to do with my job, and the views I said here are purely mine and that of Children's Foundation, the Gambia, and nothing to do with Child Fund, where I am professionally working as of now. Thank you very much.